Oh, yeah, it's your boy, Livewire. And I'm back in the motherfucking building, baby. So what's going on, people? Uh, I just wanted to have a quick conversation about it's your boy. Oh shit. Hold up. And I'm back in My the bad. Building, baby. What the fuck? So what's going on, people? Bitch, turn that shit off. Yeah, my bad. Anyway, I just wanted to talk quickly today about a game I'm really anticipating, Sea of Thieves, and kind of like the future of gaming as far as Xbox and what they're going to be doing moving forward with video games, and how I think that Sea of Thieves will propel this platform. So anyway, let's get into it. So I've been looking through a few of the forums, if you are part of the Sea of Thieves insiders, and a couple of people had questions and they got answers. So one of the big things and one of the biggest questions a lot of people had as far as Sea of Thieves was, will it be playable by yourself? Like, meaning, can I play it solo? Now, I don't know if you can play it offline. They haven't really said so, and I'm pretty sure you can't, just based on the cloud compute stuff that they're doing. So I'm pretty sure it has to be an always online type of game. But from what I know, you can play it by yourself. You can go rogue and do your own thing, run around, enjoy the world, basically go on, take a one-man ship and just go search for shit. That's what you want to do, hey, go do it. The other thing is, yeah, they have gunplay, but they also have sword play. And they haven't really gone into too much of how that works per se. I don't know if it's just like literally slashing at each other, or do they have some kind of real skilled multiplayer component to it? Like, do they do a training? Like, what do they do? So they said they'll divulge that information later on in the future. That's cool. The other thing that was interesting is they talked about the crew size. Right now, they have a crew of about 5 people, but they said that that's not where they're ending at, and they haven't really disclosed what the maximum would be for a crew size. But for me, I'm assuming that whatever the game is, it probably runs between 5 to maybe 10 to 15 man crew. I guess however big you want it to be. But I'm sure it's gonna have like drop in, drop out cooperative multiplayer. So if you have a crew that you're always with, you could just drop into your crew, or you probably could just drop in and like kind of choose your location. Like, oh, I don't want to play with the crew today. I just want to run around on the beach and look for shit. I'm pretty sure you could do that shit as well. There we go. So yeah, basically, well, most of what they were showing, it looks really good. The fact that the world is so fucking big, like they have one point where they show like you basically get a map. I don't know how you acquire the map. Maybe you found it through another quest that you do. It's like a quest that links you to another quest, similar to like what they do in The Witcher. Like sometimes in The Witcher, you'll have a quest that you go on. But in order to complete the quest that you go on, it kind of leads you to another quest. And it's like, okay, well, should I just, ignore this quest and go straight on to the quest that I was trying to do originally? Or can I take on this, do you want to take on this secondary quest? So here, right here, you have a map. It's a map of an island, right? Now this is, I don't know where they could have acquired it from multiple places, right? Maybe they bought it, maybe they just stumbled upon it, whatever the case is. But then you have the overall world map, which looks fucking huge, just fucking huge. So, you basically use that map in order to guide you, to wherever this island is. It obviously doesn't terribly complicated, but I don't think it's necessarily a one-to-one type of situation. Maybe it is. I don't know. I would have to wait until I actually get into the game and play it for myself to really know. Now the art style is really cool, which I enjoy. And what the funny thing is, I hear people say, "Oh well, the game doesn't look fun because it's not real enough." I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I don't think it'll do well because it's not gritty enough. I'm like, oh shit. Well, tell that to the motherfuckers that bought Minecraft for like millions and millions of copies of that shit. Like, that's what the potential you have in this game is, having something just as big as Minecraft, you know. And the simple fact, I mean, one, you can customize your characters, you can customize the ship that you're on. You know, there's a lot of customization that you'll have here. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to customize outposts where you stay and keep your shit. So, you know, I think people, they tend to, I don't know, I get be the Debbie Downers of the world and look at things like, oh well, you know, it would be great if it was like Uncharted with in you know, with fucking their graphics, and it's a pirate game. And maybe, but maybe not. I mean, just because a game is graphical doesn't mean that it'll be, you know, terribly impressive. And then what are you losing in that aspect, you know? Because the better, the more real, photorealistic you make the game, detail you can put into the game. Why do you think Uncharted is as linear as it is? It's not as open as maybe like a GTA or something like that. It's because graphically, you know, is really, really, you know, puts all their money into the graphics, but then you can't really, you know, do shit like anywhere, everywhere. The game was less graphical, you know. So I mean, there's pros and cons to everything that you do. I really see Sea of Thieves being something special, just something fun, man. You know, to be honest, man, I'm getting tired of fucking shooting shit. I'm just being I'm being honest, yo. Like, this is something that's different. Like, I don't need to shoot shit every fucking game. That shit is boring. Cause then it's like every game does it. Like, what's special about it? You know? Do I want to shoot shit in Halo, Gears, and then some other game, and some other game, and some other game, and some other game? And guess what? What are they doing in this other game? They're shooting shit. Okay, they're shooting more shit. Like, come on, man. Like, enough is enough. You got to do something different. And I think that's why this game is something special, because it does something different. You know, it's not the same old point click shoot, you know. And I think that people tend to, you know what, I don't know if people downplay it because it's on Xbox, or just because maybe they just want to point click, or at least in community say they just want to point click shoot stuff. But I mean, I think this is needed, man. I think this is needed to get people to join and experience. And this, I think this is the type of game that'll kind of bring people together, no matter where you're playing. You know, unfortunately, I mean, obviously it's a Xbox exclusive, so it won't be on Sony's platform. Um, at least I don't see it being that way. I mean, if it was, I don't even know if I would have a big problem with that. Would I be mad if I could play people on PlayStation and Sea of Thieves? Not really. I mean, maybe the fanboy in me would be mad, but like the gamer, nah, man, that shit would be dope either way. You know, you're playing on PCs is going to be hot. I mean, I'm playing on PC, playing against people on PC, just because I don't think the game mechanics lend itself to like a multiplayer shooter. So it's not like I'm sitting there feeling like, oh, every time I get in a battle, I'm fucking gonna die. You know, I don't think it necessarily, their mechanics work that way, you know, and it's more team oriented, and you're using a lot of cannons. You know, I think, man, I think this game could be something special. But, you know, I just, from what I'm hearing, it's dope. But I really need to get a chance to play it myself. I just, you know, it's one thing to somebody tell you that the cake is good. Sometimes, but just, you know, all right, I take your word for it. Can I have a piece now? I'm tired of hearing about how good the cake is. I want to eat it myself. So I want to, you know, test it with my own palate, you know. But what I'm seeing, man, it looks amazing. I'm just wondering, I think people that have still have the Kinect should have the benefits of doing the face scan with the Kinect. I mean, come on, Rare. You're the ones who actually perfected using the Kinect with Kinect Sports Rivals. So I mean, I'm assuming you should still have that technology available to you, you know, and then allow us to do face scans for Sea of Thieves. Because I don't feel like tweaking my character to look more like me, I mean, I'm pretty sure they have a default, and you can just default whatever the fuck you want it to look like. But I just face scan me, just face scan me. And let me play in the game. You can make me look cartoony, just like they did in Kinect Sports Rival. But it's just that process took literally maybe 15 to 30 seconds, and I was ready to go, man. If I'm doing it in Mass Effect, I'm gonna be sitting there all fucking day. I think the first time I did Mass Effect and tried to tweak my character to look like me, that shit took like an hour. I ain't trying to do that shit no more. That's why we got these shits. And I don't want to do it on my cell phone. As you know, my camera's decent, but no. I got the Kinect. Let me do it on that shit. It's better for that shit anyway. You know, it's your product, Microsoft. Please use it. I mean, if for those that don't have it, sure, let them scan their face on the phone and have it all look all crazy or whatever the fuck. That's their problem. Because for this game alone, shit, it would be more than worth it. That's what they should do for all games, to be honest. Anything that has creative players should allow you to use the Kinect. I mean, shit, if they did that just for use Kinect simply on creating your basketball player, your characters and whatever, RPGs, man, that should be amazing. Fucking Oblivion, what? I can face scan, nice, worth it. That shit is a chore. Yeah, but man, I can't wait for this game. And see, like the whole landscape is going to change with this, you know. And the reason why I say that is, everything is going to be like this game couldn't have came out probably at the beginning of the generation. Why? Because cloud compute, I don't even know if it wasn't necessarily ready. I just don't think people were ready for it. Or at least they weren't ready for Microsoft to introduce it because there's so much fucking hate. You put out a game like this, like Crackdown, where you're gonna basically tell people, hey, it's always online. People were bitching. They were fucking bitching. But always online, why the fuck, blah, 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 blah. It's like, calm the fuck down, man. This is another generation. Always online is what we doing now. No, fuck that. Fuck that always online shit. And now a lot of games are always on shit. Overwatch just won Game of the Year, and that game was always online. See what I'm saying? So now is the time for Microsoft to introduce these games. Now that it's acceptable to have always online games. They weren't allowed to be the ones to push it, but now that somebody else did it, Need for Speed was always online. Overwatch was always online. What else was always online? Destiny was always online. What the hell else? Star Wars Battlefront. You got a couple of games that came out that are always online, and the simple fact that Overwatch won Game of the Year, it even further, basically says, okay, people are ready for this now. Maybe not so much before, but they're definitely ready now. And this will be the actual game, like, as much as people say, oh, I hate Microsoft and I don't want to fucking play Windows 10 and all that shit. This will be the game that they'll be like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'll try it. That's all you got to do. You just got to make a game that's like, okay, fuck it. I'll try it. And the thing that makes it intriguing is it's different. As good as much as people like Halo wouldn't be different enough for people to just be like, oh, fuck it, I'll try it. Because it's a shooter. And there's a lot of games that, yeah, maybe they do it better than most, but it's still a shooter. A lot of people aren't feeling they're getting anything different. The other thing is the actual price. The fact that it's not free to play brings more value to the game. Because the thing is, man, when people don't have to pay for something, they tend to not really give a fuck about it. I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of free to play games, they might be even decent, but the fact that people don't actually spend money on it, they don't really think about them that much. You're gonna have to spend $60 on this title, so people are gonna be invested. If they came out and said Sea of Thieves is free to play, yeah, people would play it. Probably the hardcore Xbox guys. They'll push it, but aside from that, I don't think a lot of people would be that intrigued to play because there's a stigma with free to play games. You know, they just have that stigma. But the fact that if you came out and said, "All right, this is a $60 title. This is what you get," probably get free DLC just like Halo, but you gotta pay for these little trinkets here. You know how much money motherfuckers was spending here to get the fucking exclusive pirate hat, some exclusive shit in the accessory for your boat. You know, maybe run around with a I don't know, some special do rag. Maybe if you get sponsorship from maybe I don't know different companies like obviously they would have their Halo, and maybe they somebody they have their Gears of War, so and that has a skull in it. So maybe somebody's pirate ship has the Gears of War flag on it. Shit like that. Like there's a lot of money that people can. I mean, that could be made on a lot of fronts for games like this, man. Like it's like the potential is vast. You know, like it's amazing, man. This game is gonna be a game changer. This and Crackdown. And Crackdown is going to push, what we've seen for, shooters. I mean, granted, it's not a typical shooter because most shooters are first person shooters when you think of shooters, not third person. Whereas Crackdown is more of an action game. I won't even know if you could really call it a shooter per se. I mean, same thing with Uncharted. I don't really look at Uncharted as a shooter, when it comes to this multiplayer. I think of it more as like an action game. That's why I think people always, they look at the multiplayer aspect of it as kind of being wishy-washy because it's not a traditional shooter. It's an action game or adventure action game, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But with Crackdown, implementing the cloud, seeing what they do with that, as long as the games are good and they're introducing the technology, yes, you have to have a solid story. Especially with Crackdown, I don't think Crackdown ever really had a solid story. So if they do anything with the story in Crackdown, that'll be amazing. Because I mean, the main character in those other Crackdown games, I don't even know if he had a backstory. He was just like some cyborg cop that got bad guys. That's as far like the gameplay was fun in Crackdown, but the story was not as highlight. Like I don't remember if it really even had a story. It was like this guy's a drug dealer. He sells drugs to kids in school. Go take his ass down. But before you go take his ass down, you got to go to knock out all his connections. All right, go knock out all the connections. It was never really a story or a real motivating factor of why the guy was doing what he did. Like they could have gave him anything, but like his kid was trying to drive by. I don't know anything. They didn't have anything with that, so I don't know. Maybe hopefully they'll work on that. But yeah, this game, Sea of Thieves looks amazing, man. This shit looks amazing. I can't wait to go look for treasure. I mean, it's just gonna be fun as hell. Just jump on a ship, drinking in real life, drinking your character drinking, and just having fun. I don't know if they're gonna be using like emojis in order to display. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have that to display your emotions and stuff like that. But hopefully they allow you to talk in this game. I mean, like have well, I guess they. I mean, just have like, all right, you talking to the mic, and then your character like actually mouth moves. She's just not standing there, or she's not just standing there where her lips closed, and you're just talking through your face. Because that shit would be hot, man. You talk and they just start talking. That should be dope. I swear they had something like that on. It was like a Kinect party chat that they used to have on the 360. Man, that shit was hot. I mean, but again, that shit was ahead of its time. If you had that shit now, you know how many people would do podcasts sitting in a room with fucking people just talking with their avatars? Shit, damn near everybody. Everybody who had an Xbox would be doing that shit. Oh, we're gonna use our fucking capture card and fucking capture this party chat and do our podcast on this shit. Man, that should be crazy, yo. Man, there's a lot of good shit coming out from Xbox, man. Can't wait, man. This shit is big shit. This Sea of Thieves is a game changer. It is a game changer right here. And depending on if they allow, I'm pretty sure they're going to be updating stuff and expanding the world and be like, all right, there's another island that pops up and shit. We don't know if there's volcanoes. Volcanoes can form more islands in the future. Be like, oh, there's a volcano here. And then like the volcano just signifies, all right, they're building an island and Sea of Thieves. And then maybe like 3 months later, they finished building the island, and now you go back to where that volcano was, and the volcano's still there, but now there's an island that's formed around it. Like that shit would be dope as hell, you know. Like, there's dope shit like that, man. Like this game has mad potential, man. Mad potential. And yeah, just look at it, man. It's amazing. I suggest anybody who's interested, check it out. This is a day one buy for me. Must have day one. This is like what I wanted. Like I wasn't a big fan of Minecraft because of, I don't know. I don't like pixelated, games like that. But for me, this is fine. Like, it's similar to obviously Minecraft is more world building, but like, you have certain aspects of that in here. But I just like the team oriented aspect of just hanging out with your friends, going on, different quests, and just I don't know. It's almost like a simplified version of, I don't know how simplified it'll be, but I'm assuming it'll be a more simplified version of like uh Oblivion or something like that. I don't know if you'll be allowed to have like houses all over the place, but I'm pretty sure like your team could have a base, and other pirates will be trying to travel to your area in order to steal that shit. Probably have to build forts and everything. A bunch of servers. Like if they can figure out how to do what Ark does but better, that shit would be hot. Like in Ark, you can build shit and all that stuff and have, things here and there, but the shit is a little cumbersome. It's very clunky. If they can figure out how to, clean up the mess as far as how Ark does it and make it more polished and user friendly. Oh man, they could have something. They could have something. And that's like these games. These will be the games that change, the climate of the way Xbox is looked at. Now, don't get me wrong. The more polished games are wonderful. I wouldn't mind some more gritty games, and that's cool. But I don't know if that would change like people's perception of what Xboxes is, or give it an even deeper identity of the console for gamers. Like PlayStation has a lot of games, but a lot of its games are starting to look the same. Like you have The Last of Us that looks a lot like Uncharted, that looks a lot like Days Gone, that looks a lot like the God of War. Like all those games are all starting to look the same, It's like they're all like clones of The Last of Us. And then you got The Last of Us 2. So you got all those games that are like The Last of Us, and then you got another Last of Us. So I don't know, man. I mean, photorealism, I like it. I think Xbox needs more games like it. But just to focus on that, nah. I think focusing on solely photorealistic games isn't the move. Because you can get a lot of that shit from multiplats. A lot of multiplats focus on that. But expanding worlds and pushing gaming in a whole new direction, that's what Microsoft needs to do. Because PlayStation ain't doing it. People bought Uncharted, so they're going to stick to Uncharted. They haven't really done anything new. I mean, I don't know. But what I should say is Xbox shouldn't necessarily focus on what PlayStation does, but they should change some things with their own main franchises like Gears and Halo. I think for one, Gears should be opened up a little bit more, less linear. Think more like Tomb Raider. And what I mean like that is, um, have more customization. Halo should do that too, but have more customization in your weapons and stuff like that. Um, have a more semi-open world. I don't think Gears should ever be straight up open world, but semi-open world would be cool. You know, have it where you're looking for something and you might have to backtrack in order to find it. Maybe not on some straight up Metroidvania type stuff, but you know, somewhat in that realm. Somewhat. I think that would be interesting. You have to go back into areas where there's like specific monsters that you just basically fight your way out of, and you might have to fight your way back in to go get something. And if you make the world big enough, man, that shit would be crazy. Like, yeah, like something that's drivable open world shit, or whatever vehicle you got to take in Gears, like having people be able to have access to the helicopters and Gears, and they can fly back and forth in order to go get whatever they need to get. I'll fuck with that. Same thing with Halo, but I would open Halo up even more. So on the level of like some Mass Effect / Destiny, for the simple fact that the worlds are so big. You have like Master Chief flying out of space, blah blah blah. Like, you got all this cloud power. Use that shit. People aren't mad about that always online shit no more. Use that shit. Like, the time is now, man. Time is now. People can bitch all they want, but if you're changing the game and really pushing, the gaming narrative, people get over it. They will. I mean, people bitched about running in Halo. Now you take that shit out, motherfuckers would be mad as hell. People bitched about the fucking aim down sights in Halo. You take that shit out now, and people would be mad as hell. And they just bitched about it last year. What? Aim down sights? What? That's not Halo. What are you talking about? That's not Halo. Now you take that shit out. They be like, yo, what the fuck they take that out? Yo, I can't see. This is bullshit. Yo, why they always fucking changing shit? I'm like, so, man, if it's gonna make the game better, man, just do it. Just do it. You got your forms. You can figure it out. You can do your tests, run through, see if people like it. But just not to try? Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. I mean, even PlayStation had to change up God of War. Granted, they made it look like The Last of Us, but they still had to change it. They couldn't have the same thing. They had to bring life into. I mean, I guess it made a lot of sense as far as like, all right, you're changing up the style because you're basically rebooting the franchise. Why they chose God of War and having Kratos run around with a child, I don't know. But whatever. They want him to babysit, he'll babysit. But I mean, people like it, they'll like it. If they don't, they'll play it still, but they'll complain about it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just liking the direction that we're going in. Hopefully Scalebound's like that too, man. I just don't know enough about it. Like, I don't know. My ideas of Scalebound, it probably is going to be similar to Final Fantasy. Now, I didn't get Final Fantasy because I'm just not a fan of those type of stories. I don't know. I'm hoping Scalebound isn't like that, where you got like mad different characters you meet, and they also got like different, like they sound like they're from like 100 different regions. You be like, what the fuck, bitch? You from Australia, and this guy's from fucking Ethiopia. Like, what the fuck? Like is this the United Nations? Like, where am I? And all these people have these different voice types. Like, nothing matches. Shit doesn't make any sense. Like, you're his brother, but you fucking sound like you're British. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, so I don't know. But I'm intrigued. I'm very, 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 very intrigued. I just can't wait to play with the fam, man. Xbox community is dope. Yo, this shit will be so lit. I don't even know how we're gonna, man. We're gonna have to put a timer on because some people ain't gonna want to get off. Shit, we already be on fucking Xbox Live until damn near 2, 3 in the morning. So, you know, I just think this should be real cool. I'm just tired of shooters, man. That's why I think this is just. I'm glad that Microsoft kind of got Gears and Halo out the way, and I love those games and I love playing them. But like, I'm just tired of buying shooters. I stopped buying Call of Duty. I didn't buy Titanfall. You know, I didn't buy DSX or whatever that Deus, whatever. Because I'm like, yo, man, how many shits am I gonna shoot? I don't even know if I'm buying Ghost Recon. So I'm like, oh, another fucking game where I just shoot shit. Do I really want to do that again? Just shoot more shit? Like, I'm getting tired of shooting shit. You know? I'm just getting tired of it, man. That's why I fucking love Forza, man. It just, I get to use the trigger for something else than fucking blowing shit up. You know? And some people be like, well, excuse me, I'm chewing on some candy. I'm like, why don't you like fucking JRPGs? Well, for the same reason I don't like gay sex. It doesn't appeal to me. All right? I mean, just because that's what you like, don't mean that that's what I like. Just because you say try something different, don't mean that I want to go that different. That's not different to me. That's some whole other shit. I ain't into that type of different. You can keep that. That's for somebody else. That's not for me. But yeah, man. You know, I just can't wait to play this game. This game looks fucking fun as hell. But it's your boy Live, man. And yeah, man, Xbox is the best box and all that shit. But it's just better because, man, I just like playing with the people here better. It's that simple. It really is. And it just got more of the games I like. I mean, that's the real reason. I mean, I remember when PlayStation was dope. Not to say that I don't have dope games now, but it just had the same games. You know, like I don't play indies like that. I really don't. And I can't imagine having a console without Halo. It's just not possible. As much as I say I don't like shooting shit, I just don't like shooting shit in every fucking game. When I play Halo, I love playing Halo. But when I go play something else, I would like something to do something else other than shooting more shit. You know, that's why even playing Murder Soul Suspect, the fact that I couldn't shoot shit was actually a bit intriguing. Granted, I wish I would have had some other abilities, you know, to perform, like other than fucking sneaking behind ghosts and, I don't know, destroying their soul or whatever the fuck it was I was doing. He probably could have used the gun in there because that shit was, man, it got boring. There some spots where it got boring. But he could have done a bunch of stuff. Shit, he could have shot magic out his fingers. I don't know what the fuck. It could have been anything, but something different. I can't wait for this game. It looks so good. Shit, I forgot about the fucking monsters in Sea of Thieves, man. We still got the fucking sea monsters and all this shit. Man, this game is going to be a fucking trip. I mean, what? It's going to be crazy. Imagine you have to go look for a buried treasure under the water, create like a breathing apparatus, but unfortunately, you have to get past a fucking giant squid or a clam or some shit. Or like maybe it's like, you know, a bunch of clams that like their mouths are left open, but because of the current, you got to watch the way you're swimming. Otherwise, your ass is got, and you got to go to the, what is it? Forget the name of that ferry, but whatever, the Dead Man Ferry. That should be crazy. And these are probably the quarters right here, man. I can't wait to play this shit. This shit's gonna be amazing, man. Xbox doing big shit. You know what? I think people, I don't know why they hate, but maybe they hate on this game because because if this game does what I think it could do, because I'm thinking this game could be Minecraft. And And so it's not going. I don't think what it's going to do is like come out the jump and sell like $1 billion. What I think it'll do is it'll probably do its million in the first month, and then it'll be like top 10. It'll be like 400,000, 300,000, 400,000, maybe 250. 500,000. Like the more people hear about it, the more people just be like, "Oh, this shit is dope." And it's not a type of game that you could necessarily just want to watch people play by themselves. And it's something that people can enjoy on the console and PC, especially with Scorpio coming out. Then you don't even have to worry about the downgrade in graphics. You'll be looking at the same thing what people be looking at on PC. Same lighting textures, same particle effects. What water as crisp as it's ever been, light gleaming off the fucking water. You know, people that used to be fucking hardcore Xbox haters. I hate Xbox. I don't like Xbox. What you been playing? I've been playing Sea of Thieves, but man, listen, man. I don't like Halo, but this game's kind of good. This game's kind of the real deal. Holyfield. I think I'm turning bot. All of a sudden, you see that motherfucker start flipping out. Be like, I only like fucking multiplayer games now. PlayStation has no multiplayer. You gotta see people fucking flipping out. PlayStation has they don't have any cloud. But you just said 2 years ago you didn't give a fuck about a cloud. You said cloud was fake. Nah, I don't remember that shit, bro. You talking dumb shit. I don't remember saying any of that. Team Xbox all the way. No, that's funny to me, though. Hey, man, people can do what they want. They want to flip out, flip back, do 4 flips, back flips. They can flip all they want. I always ride with the box, man. I swear I like the game. It just is what it is. It's been like that since day one. They haven't done anything to change my mind. Now all they need is that DVR app. I'm going to get rid of DVR on my fucking cable. Please hurry that shit up, Microsoft. I know they have that damn DV. You know what? They probably won't do that shit because they got that program with that company. That box is like $100, $200. Like, fuck. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, this is your boy Live Wire. And it's nice been chatting with y'all. But I gotta get out this bitch because I gotta do some other shit. So peace.